Hello Scorpio. It is my intention to share with you today the reading that is going to be the map for you for the first 15 days of February. It is my intention that you become aware of the things that are going to be happening in your personal experience so that you're ready for them and you can make the best choices in the future for your own well-being. With that said, thank you for giving me a message that transcends any kind of language barriers so that anyone who can be reached is reached, thus allowing me to guide them, because it is my honest intention to help you out. And if I have the opportunity to do so, then why not? Anyway, let's go right into your reading. Remember that my intention is from the 1st to the 5th, the 6th to the 10th, and the 11th to the 15th. But the moment you see this video is probably the best time to apply the messages I'm giving you. Let's go into your reading then, Scorpio. In your past, the stage you were in is the strength reverse, which means that basically you had a very rough time before, and I think it was so rough that you actually gave up, or you were not able to decide something that had to be decided. You hesitated at the last moment and you gave up, or maybe you left. Whatever it is, when the strength is reversed, it means that you had the strength to go through this, but you didn't because you doubted. Now it is not as bad as you think, because the way you are thinking, you thought, was about moving forward, getting things done anyway, even if things were really difficult, and you kept moving on. And the way you acted was amazing, because you acted as an emotional person, a very young, very emotional, very happy, very joyful and charming person who basically enjoyed life every moment of it. That, or there was someone like that who was very important to you in your past. But then again, these readings, I tend to keep every card as a reflection of yourself, because I think that's going to give you the best answers. So anyway, the thing about your environment was like the Page of Cups, which means that you were feeling fine. You were trying to feel even better because you were chasing emotional experiences, chasing the Chariot. But let's do not deny that it was a difficult stage, and you may have lacked the confidence or the determination to do some things that were required of you. Why do I say this? Because the way this affected your present right now, this is a very clear message. You have the 8 of Cups, you have the 3 of Wands, and you have the 2 of Wands reversed. When we go to your stage, the 3 of Wands means that this is a time to move on. This is a time to expand. This is a time to leave the place you are at and go in search of new experiences. This is in agreement with what you know is true in your hearts. This is your inner world, and this is the card in your present moment when it comes to your inner world, the way you're experiencing life in this moment. And the 8 of Cups is telling you that you are aware that you should leave, that there is something that you will never get at the place you're staying right now, or the things you're doing right now. There's some longing in your soul that is not gonna be met as long as you do and stay in the same places doing the same things over and over again. You have to leave, but you don't want to, even if you know it's 2 of Wands reversed. That means that your actions are speaking about someone who is doubting that he should leave, or maybe he doesn't really want to, even if you know that it's the right thing to do. And even if life is telling you so, you still don't really feel comfortable enough to leaving. And the reason why it is reversed is because you know you have to, but you don't want to. You're resisting change, which is, I don't judge. It is a decision, and if you think that your happiness is where you are at right now, you're welcome to try that. But let's just say that life will not be denied for long, and it will push you into the right direction. Not because life is an asshole, but because you agreed to the experiences you wanted to have before you even came to Earth, basically. So the only reason why you do not agree with the path that is being given to you is because you think it is opposite to what you want, when in reality it is not. Actually, the path you are being led to is the path you want the most, and it is shown with this card. You're gonna find something amazing, or someone amazing, if you take the steps that you are being called to, but you don't want to. How is this going to affect your future? Well, the first thing that pops to attention is the Seven of Wands reverse, which is an echo of the Strength reverse, and the Two of Wands reverse, which means that you have to rise up to the occasion, but you won't. Or maybe you will rise after the wrong idea, the wrong cause. Seven of Wands reverse means that you are fighting a losing fight, or you are making an effort for things that are not really worth it, that are going to fail anyway, and that are not contributing to your well-being anymore. So the stage that is coming up next for you is a stage where you're going to realize that the futility of your attempt to stay at the place you are currently at because you think it is making you happy, when in reality it's not. It is only giving you a temporary comfort, which will be soon taken away, so you can realize the true path for yourself. And you will, because you have the Ten of Swords here in your mind in the future, which is basically telling you that your mind, your perspective will be changed, and you will experience a change of opinion or perspective regarding the situation and the things you need to do. And this is because you will face your inner fears, you will face your subconscious tendencies, and you will face yourself, basically. There's no running away from life, my mates, I believe. And if you don't want to listen to the lesson, or if you don't want to do the things that are required of you, again, not because life is ordering you around, but because life is shuffling your life to give you the best that you want. But to get that, you need to make some sacrifices or leave some things behind, which is what you are being called to right now. As you're watching this video, this is another signal, this is another sign for you. But you're welcome to ignore it if you want. It's up to you. When we move to the base of your energy, we have the Judgment card, and underneath that we have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords reversed. What does these two cards mean? The Judgment card means it is an agreement, a confirmation of everything I said here. You've had tons of signs in your life pointing you to the right direction, and you know what the right direction is. Even if you don't know what's the next step, even if you don't know where that action is going to bring you, you at least know the first step, but you don't want to take it, and you should. Because it is part of your destiny. It is a judgment call. It is like fate. You should. Judgment call. The judgment card also speaks about a decision you are being called to, but it's up to you if you listen and you will go with it willingly. There we go. Or if you resist it and try to see what happens. Again, Scorpio, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but then again, I have to tell you the truth because I respect you too much and I want to help you out. And only truth helps. Pretty lies only make you feel better at the time you're hearing them, but then they vanish and leave you alone. What is the truth according to this reading? The truth is you're facing a situation whereby you will be required to make a decision, which most likely will involve you leaving the place or the things you are doing in favor of pursuing something else, pursuing victory. And because it is such a very good decision for yourself, life is helping you out by giving you some signs. This reading is one of them. But what I'm seeing right now is that even though you know this is the right call, you are fearing it, the tendency right now is that you will not do it. And if you don't do it, then you will be faced with the consequences of your decisions in the future. This is only for you to learn about your decisions and not as punishment. There is no such thing as punishment, and there are no such thing as rewards. There are only consequences for actions, which are created by the decisions we take every day. And this is a very important one, and I want you to take the time to sit down and really think about this. Really, more than think, feel the decision and see where your heart takes you to. What does it really want? And go with it. I think that this is a time for you to listen to your own inner heart, because underneath the Judgment card you have the Queen of Swords reversed, which means that the reason why it is so difficult for you to do the things that you are being called to is because you have a very inflexible, how would say that, very intolerant, very judgmental, very structured and inflexible way of thinking, which is probably led by bitterness or by frustration or by past experiences. You gotta realize the Queen of Swords reverse means a lot of negative things, and that's because the Queen of Swords, even when she's upright, she is still bitter. And she's not flexible. She's not really that flexible. She's not very good at listening. I mean, she's gonna give you a fair chance to express yourself. But if you take too long, or if what you're saying is not really to her liking, she's not gonna have any kind of problems in telling you off. Which is what you're doing with life right now. Life is doing something that you don't really like, you don't feel comfortable, and because you are acting as the Queen of Swords reverse, you are being a little bit too rigid with your way of thinking or doing things. And right now it is not about thinking, it is about feeling, because it is judgment. It goes well beyond your own self, and it enters the realm of fate. So if you got that card, if I were you, I would really take my time to make a very good decision. And based on my feelings, not my thoughts. Not that feelings are always trustworthy, there are some emotions that are deceiving. But the thing is, when I say heart, or when I say feelings, I go well beyond emotions. I go to that state that you enter when you meditate. That stillness of mind that has really no issue in telling you the right answers if you are patient enough to wait for it. Because you see, silence is the best teacher. And if you were patient enough to really open your mind and listen to different perspectives, I don't think it would take long enough for you to realize what is the right action for you, the right path. And you would realize that it's also making you feel better. But it is up to you, Scorpio. I don't mean to intrude in your life. I'm just here offering you a different perspective so that you may benefit from it. Take the best. Take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't behind, and then go on and fabricate your best life, the best version of your life according to you as possible. That is my goal. To see you happy, basically. And this is the way I go about it. So, if you like the reading, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up to my video, and if you want, follow my Facebook page, because I have many news coming to you, such as a tarot course that lasts 2 months, a free video YouTube series teaching the basics of this tool for those who are interested enough, among other things such as astrology reports or astrology services, as well as the usual tarot readings that I offer. If you don't want to join Facebook, that's alright. I still love you, and I tell you that you have another means of contacting me, which is my mail, which is right in the description box below. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I spoke a little bit too fast, but I have many ideas and I want to share them with you as fast as possible in a way that is understandable enough so that you may benefit from the things I've told you. Anyway, I'm repeating myself here, so I will close the video. Scorpio, I just wish you make a very good choice. Take the time to really reflect about the things you're doing, because it is very important, and I feel that if you make the right choice, don't feel pressured, by the way, but if you make the right choice, you may feel that the future is not so grim, but hopeful, because even though there are difficulties, you will grow stronger, something that you didn't quite made it before, but you have a second shot, and you have infinite amount of shots. Still, I do think that success feels better than failure, don't you? But yeah, that's only a comment. Take care, Scorpio. Wish you the best. Enjoy. Bye.